Hi friends, family, coworkers, and anyone else who stumbles upon this video. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, and I'm going to try, as long as humanly possible, to do a theme on Wednesdays called Women Wednesdays. And so I'll be trying to feature a band that I've seen that I have a t-shirt of that is a female, that has a female somewhere in there. So I'll extend it to that. I don't have too many, but we'll see how many I can do. So with that, today's featured band is the Butcher Babies, another band that went into the armpit with the design. It's pretty cool. The design of the t-shirt has a skull and then blood splatters everywhere. And I know the name Butcher Babies is kind of cheesy, and they themselves admit that they kind of regret the name because it's hard to get taken seriously, and maybe their career hasn't taken off as much as they would have liked because of that. But I actually came upon them because they were going to be on my first Shiprock 2014, and I decided at that time that I wanted to research all of the bands that were going to be on Shiprock so that when I went to the concerts I could sing along, or when I ran into any of the band members that I could talk to them about their music. Butcher Babies is very hardcore metal. Or at least when I got into them, they were. They've definitely changed a little bit and thrown a lot more melodic, a lot more vocals that are very clear and sing-songy, which I definitely understand, more poppy, more palatable for most people. But for me, I really liked their original sound of really hardcore, visceral metal. And coming from a female, it's absolutely amazing. The two lead singers are Heidi and Carla, and they just have so much passion that they put into their music. It's insane. Now, if you Google them, you'll probably hear about their beginnings, because when they first started, they were topless and they wore big tape X's over their nipples. So that is what they're kind of famous for when you Google them. X rating there for you. But their content of their music is very much about the struggles and the frustrations sometimes of being a woman, but then also about just life in general and the world in general, and our inner demons, and dealing with all sorts of different topics. Very, very gritty. So when you listen to some of the videos that I have, and this video will run a little long today because I do have a couple different videos to show you. Definitely, I understand if it's not your cup of tea. So the first video I have for you is from Shiprocked when I first saw them. So it's on an older camera, it's on a moving boat, we're outdoors, lots of factors here, but still a pretty good representation of who they are. And so check it out. And then another funny clip I have from that same concert is that they actually never used steps before on stage. And so there's one moment where in the very beginning, their very first song, it's clear that Heidi hasn't quite got the hang of it yet, and she biffs it, and I happened to catch it on camera. So it was a very memorable moment, and I noticed that they still use those later. So later you can see a clip of a more modern show and they still use those steppers, so it's pretty cool. So I went to a lot of other concerts. Unfortunately, they never came back to Shiprocked, so I took my book, which I still have, around to other concerts, and I got it signed. I'll just put a picture in there. It's a lot easier to see. And I got it signed by Carla and Heidi at a different concert. And then a couple years ago, I actually got to go see them at a VIP experience, which is really cool. So their VIP experience was that we got to spin the wheel and win a prize. And so Chad and I each won a different prize. He won a hug. And I won a t-shirt. Which I ended up getting in a size that he could have. So the picture that you see with the t-shirt, it's actually Chad's shirt because I gave it to him. So this is my Butcher Baby shirt that I like to wear. They don't have the dates on the back of their shirts because as a smaller band and as a band that's kind of attached to random other smaller acts, they don't have as stable of a touring schedule. So a lot of times on the back of their shirts they don't have dates, so they just have more generic t-shirts to go to any concert to be able to sell. So I actually got a lot of cool things at the VIP meet and greet. So I've got their latest CD signed by everybody. They also did a poster, so you can see what the band looks like. So signed poster of their latest album. And then actually I went to a lot of different concerts and saw them, but when you buy their CDs online or pre-order them, you actually usually get a signed copy as well. So I have, you might see behind me, all of these different shadow boxes. We'll definitely talk about them as we go through my different t-shirts, but this one is for the Butcher Babies, and so you can see their signed CD for Take It Like a Man, which was the album that came out before this last one, Lilith. It's really cool. Carla's a really great artist, and so they came out with actually an art lyric book for their latest album, Lilith. So you can read the lyrics, but then also see a really cool picture. So I'll show you one of my favorites in here. It's pretty cool. Pretty creepy. All right, so in the future, I actually do have an extra CD and an extra signed poster. So if I actually get up to a lot of people viewing these videos, I'll consider giving those away. So if that inspires you to show this to another person, or to give it a like, or to subscribe, or to leave me a comment on Facebook, or send me a text, because I know a lot of you, of course, know me, to tell me what you think about the video and get some momentum going. And perhaps I will give away some signed stuff in the future. I have some other things as well. But that's a little bit about Butcher Babies, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll do another band. Bye.